Hello, first of all, right, in this video, I wanted to show you, more than show, to share with you this very popular belief of in the Mexican culture about, well, first, I want to say, right, that I'm missing too much vocabulary about this terminology in specific, but I hope. I mean, I will try to explain everything as simple as possible because that's how my brain is working in English, and I hope you will get it. Well, as you know, the Mexican culture it's more, has the tendency to be more sensible to this spiritual world. Because of the. I mean, one proof of that is the Dia de Muertos, and the Day of the Dead. Here in Mexico, national holiday. And I think this, well, it's a fact, right? And it's not just a thought of mine. I need to know the things that we are going. I mean, it's not a thought of mine that this side of the culture was what was the word of this? Heritage. People, I was saying that is something that the natives, Mexicans, because they were the original ones, leave us as a, I don't know the word, but something that can generation, then another generation is living for you as a culture, as a tradition, as a culture thing, as a part of as an identity of a whole generation. Well, and that's why here is so common. Well, nowadays it's less because the new generation, is not like the old ones. Like, for example, my mother, I mean, before was more like in the rural, well, before, when it was more rural in general terms, when it was more like little villages, a big part of the medicine or the traditional methods of the grandparents to heal any inconvenience that you will feel, as a kid. For example, when you have a flu, when you have head pains or bone pains, and these bone pains that you're having when you are growing, or when you feel bad of your belly, whatever, in the first instance, they were doing these things like, no, they're bad vibes, or you have something, a curse on your belly, or something like that. So I need to clean you. I need to clean your energy. I also need to pray and to put some specific ingredients so that you will get better. And I don't know if it's a, a population thing, or when something is really, when it's too much people in together think about something, it becomes like a phenomena, psychological phenomena, in which you really believe the thing. I mean, you believe it, and somehow you feel better. As I told you, this has this specific terminology, all this process and actions and all this, what I'm trying to explain you, but I don't know them. I'm sorry, my English is not in that level yet. The thing is that, and it was like this, it was like this, and it is like this. Also, they were too much believing in the influence of the moon in the baby. That's why during the pregnancy, pregnant women, they always use, like, I will put the image better. This little metal thing that you use for clothes, they use it always in the belly, over the belly, right? Over the clothes, but in the middle of the belly. Because in that case, you are protecting your kid from the moon, and I mean, has a real, a strong explanation, but I don't know exactly. But my mother, I think, also she used to do it. Also, when you have a newborn in your house, you need to put the scissors down the place he's sleeping, or down the pillow in which the baby is sleeping, because to protect him. I mean, open scissors, like a cruise. Yes, like this, to protect the baby from the witches, because in the old times, supposedly, right, there are too much stories about this. I'm not sure. I mean, all these stories are from old people. I have no real proofs. They were saying that the witches were coming into your house if you have no protection, and they will your baby. I mean, they will take your baby away. Let's put it like this. And also, another really popular belief is that here, the owls, these pretty little babies and cute babies, the owls, but the big ones, they were witches also. I mean, because it used to be like this in the villages, the little villages, that in the night, but in the midnight, there was a big owl in a tree watching you. But supposedly they were really big. I mean, in this case, it was more direct, the story. My grandpa was saying that he also watched it, and my mother also, and my father also, that they were so big. I mean, they were almost like the size of a human. I don't know. I think they are big owls, really, but I'm not sure if they are that big. I have not that facts. I will make my research and I will put it in the images. But they were so big, and they were the witches. And if you see it like this, you should start to insult the owl. I mean, like, I fuck you and motherfucker and things like this. I mean, that's real, people. Sounds funny, but what's really like this. And I mean, yes, if you start to fight with words with the owl, he will go away. Supposedly, that was the protocol to follow. And well, the thing is that right now we are going to with a witch, because here is still too much of witches or these women or also women that are helping people with that. But the majority, actually, I mean, that are helping people. I know you feel bad. It's because too much people is jealous of you. They put too much bad vibes on you, and also here is so popular to make kind of witchery stuff, you know, like horses. Like for example, amarres. This is in Spanish. This is the most popular because this is supposedly that you are doing something of magic, but more of witch stuff, in which you make one person that you love keep with you, or that this person that you love and don't know about your existence, he will know about your existence and he will be with you, or the opposite, a woman also. And that means that you work on that person, but spiritually. And that's why he's course to be with you, and that's why he cannot explain why, but he cannot go away from you. Things like this. I mean, these are more. There are thick things actually, and they are white and black. Black and white magic that these people is working with. Supposedly, I mean, I'm saying all like this because I'm not really sure about these people. I mean, yes, I can tell you, but I don't know if it is a psychological thing that when I getting clean, or one of these more popular techniques that they use an egg and they start to pass the egg all over your body and praying at the same time and making some specific movements. If I have head pain, it goes away. It goes away. But as I told you, I cannot say anything as a fact because when it's about this, I don't know. I mean, I'm not that easy to believe in magic and witch stuff and this. The thing is that I mean, the thing is, there are too much points about this. That uh, what was the thing? Yes, that there's too much people working with this here, but supposedly in general terms, the real ones, the real witches, and I don't know how to say witch in male as for a man. I think has another name, of course, but these ones also, the real ones with the real power that is not just pretending and tricking people, are in Veracruz, and they're called brujos de Tatemaco. Tatemaco, yes, in Veracruz. Supposedly they're really nice. Supposedly they can really do crazy stuff. For example, to make you famous and rich for some sacrifices. I mean, really, something really crazy, but something that the people really believing on. That's the most crazy thing on this. That is really something there. Popular belief. Uh, and the thing is that there are too much also in every place of Mexico that are supposedly reading your cards, telling you the future, telling you healing you from courses that other people have made to you, but the majority are fake. I mean, in this case, I really can say the majority are fake. They just need something to work and win money. It's just a way to make money, really. And the crazy stuff is that they are really making money. I mean, there's people that really believing blindly in all this and giving all the money that they're asking for. I mean, but that's crazy. Really. I mean, there are even people that per WhatsApp, in WhatsApp, they are giving you your diagnosis of energy, and you need to pay them because they are healing you from WhatsApp. They just need a picture of you. You send the picture, and I think you also need to send because I have a friend of my mother is doing this. Need to say what is the annoying on you, what is the thing, what is the matter, and they are making a diagnosis, a spiritual diagnosis of how are your levels of energy, of depression, of selfish esteem, of self-esteem, of selfishness, of everything supposedly, and they are putting some energy on you and some medicaments, and then I'm going, and then they're asking you for money, and then they're healing. Okay, people. Well, I need to admit something. This has been the first time I feel I lose the complete day. I lose every second of a day, just like that. I mean, I felt so sad and so disappointed. This witch supposedly was 1 hour away from our house in a not good area. I mean, a really dangerous, in short words. Actually, it was not really work at all. I mean, was not really worth. Well, people, I have not that much material about this experience because I don't know what I was doing all this time. I mean, we're since 9 a.m. No, we wake up at 7. We wake up at 7 in the morning. Met this girl that was a friend of my mom, the one that recommended us this witch that supposedly is so nice, healing you spiritually but also physically. So we were not that much in necessity at all, because there are so much people that is more easy to trick with this thing when they are more desperate, when they have tried everything in life for some problem, for some sickness that has really not a cure yet, and they are really desperate, so they are trying everything. In that case, I would understand that people is trying these things as a last resource. Really, I would also do it. But this time was more just like, we didn't have any necessity at all. We didn't have any desperate necessity. No, we were just like, well, this woman is talking about this. The friend of my mother was talking about this witch in a way in which she was really superior. A way in which you feel that she has so much faith on her, and that that this witch really helped her. So we were so curious. I think most of all was curiosity, and also we were like, well, of course we have some little problems, and we were like, well, if it's really worth, why not? We can solve our problems too, supposedly, healthy problems. And well, we arrived at 9 because we made 1 hour and something, 1 hour and 20 minutes, something like this, was in a really bullshit area. And well, we were waiting. We didn't know how was the dynamic because they have a specific process to enter to see this woman. You need to arrive just in a period of time. If you don't arrive at this period, if you arrive earlier, you will be punished and you will be sent to the end. If you arrive late, well, you cannot even try. But that's the other thing. You don't know how much people will go. So can be 50 people, can be 20, 10. We don't know. If you are lucky, 10. And this time we arrived earlier. We didn't know the schedule they had. This woman, the friend of my mother, she hasn't been there for so long, so they changed the schedule. So she knew the old schedule, So that makes us get punished. And they put us at the end of the queue. And we didn't know how much queue it was, because we arrived at 9 and the schedule was from 11 to 12. So in that hour, from 11 to 12, all the people that is arriving, they are by order, If you arrive first, you are the first. If you arrive the second, you are the second, and ladies. So we didn't know how much people will be there. So for the beginning, we needed to, from the start, we need to wait 2 hours just to see how much we need to wait. I cannot even believe that we just wait all that time, sorry. And well, we did it. We waited until 11, and then came 32 persons, 32 people, 32 individuals. So we ended up being the 33. But that was not all. We needed to wait until this woman was ready to start the bond with God, because she was a white witch, She was a white witch. All her bonds and her power was because of God, or because of the power of the light. And well, I don't know why we stay really. I don't know why we wait almost 12 hours to see this woman. It was crazy. And I will put you here a video in which, we were at that hour was already 5 p.m. from 9 to 5, and that was 5, and we were able to enter to the house of this woman, but to wait in her house, because first we were waiting in the street, and yes, I was recording a little bit how was his house, and as you can see, there was the Virgin. I mean, there was too much saints. I don't know if it's the same, but for the Catholic religion, we have too much saints, like divinities. Yeah, I mean, like, no, they're not angels at all. They are just like, I would say, a better description of that, a better definition I'll put it here. But yes, we have a saint for work, a saint for love, a saint for the maternity, a saint for the alcoholicism, for the alcoholics. Yeah, I mean, not, I mean, for the alcoholicism, yes, but like this, because you can ask this saint that your loved one is not having alcoholism. I mean, if you have a person that is suffering of this in your family, you can pray to this saint, and supposedly he will get here, like this. But we have a saint for everything, and she had too much. But no, the only thing I regret to don't do, the only thing I regret, well, is to when we entered, when it was our turn, because I had a turn, my mother had a turn, and my sister had a turn. I mean, we asked for 3 because it was individually. When I entered to the room in which she's doing this with the people, I mean, she's doing the diagnosis, she's doing the healing and all this, was full of images and figures, statues, like the one you saw in the video, but of Jesus, of different saints, of angels, too much, and full of candles, and she was dressing weird, and I was like, well, okay, maybe she's selling herself in a better way. She's putting at least some effort on it. The only thing that really impressed me is that you didn't need to say anything. You enter and she's telling you why you are there. I mean, what are your sicknesses? And surprisingly, she said one of the things that I don't even knew I had. Not even the doctors knew I had. I mean, no. And it was true. It was true, and I was like, well, wow, but how I can fix it, How can I fix it? Because I really didn't say anything, people. I really didn't say anything to give her I mean, that you can say, like, no, but she had some clues. You gave her some clues. No, nothing. I mean, as I told you, I don't even know that I had this. So, I mean, that was the only impressive thing, But I mean, overall, I will not recommend something like this. Maybe if you are so easy to believe in something, can be because there's also a psychological thing behind this, that can help you actually physically. I mean, it's crazy, your mind. But well, the other crazy thing that I think that was also why we keep there. I mean, me and my family, was that we listened to the other people, that they already were patients of this woman, the ones who arrived to ask for a consult with her. They were talking about her like, no, she helps me so much. I had cancer and she heals me. And I was like, well, but I mean, in some point I was like, maybe they are paid, they are paid actors to maybe leave the new ones, that this woman's really nice, and to give her money. But then, I mean, it has not really that much sense, because how much you need to pay these people to spend all her day there and talk with them? I mean, but it was not even that they go to you to talk. No, I mean, we went to them to talk, I mean, doesn't feel planned, no, was completely natural. And as I said, we were the ones who were asking the other people, because we were curious. We were like, well, why too much people is waiting that much? Why? I mean, we couldn't believe it, And then the people were telling us the stories like, yes, I had cancer, I had no hair anymore. The doctors already have told that I have no cure, no remedy. I mean, that I had just some months of life left. And now I'm nice, I'm feeling nice. That was like 2 years ago. I'm still here, and check, look at me, I have hair and whatever. And I was like, wow, crazy, unbelievable. And but in some point I was really, I mean, they were talking to you so serious, They were talking to you like, no, check, and she also makes surgeries. But then, I mean, at the same time, I was watching them, and I was like, listen to what they were saying, and I was too close to laugh or to watch them like, what the fuck, I mean, not to be unrespectful, not to be rude, but just because I couldn't believe it. I mean, I'm like, no, it cannot be. And one of these things that makes me really being like, what the fuck with these people, what they are talking about, they are really weird. I mean, really, I was like this to because always when they were saying something like this, I was watching my sister and my mother, and we were watching as like, what the hell we are doing here with these crazy people, you know? One of the things they were saying was like, no, she's making surgeries. She make a surgery on my heart. And I was like, a la madre, how? This is illegal. This is really illegal. Too much illegal. In Mexico, we never care about illegally, you know, the majority of the times. But this is really illegal. I mean, this is an illegal, big stuff that really is punished. That is not easy to avoid a punishment, you know, because come on, she's doing surgeries. She's not even a doctor, and in the house, she's having no tools, no permission, most of all tools the place, you know, to make surgeries in the heart, in the head, in the stomach. I mean, what the fuck? But then they were saying, I mean, because I think they noticed my face, like, what the fuck? And they were like, no, but they are spiritual surgeries. And I was like, wow. But they were saying like, but they are really, I mean, you feel them physically. It hurts when she's doing it. And I was like, okay. And the funny thing is that when it was my turn, she said like, you need injections and a surgery. And then she did it just like this, and I was like, what you will inject me? But I forgot that it's spiritual, and she injected me things spiritually, and she made me a surgery spiritually. But I was really kind of unconsciously affected because of the testimony of the other people, you know, because I already had like a reference in my head, so I was like, it will hurt, and that's why I was kind of nervous. I mean, I was really scared. But no, I mean, it doesn't hurt. I mean, for me, it didn't hurt. The only thing that hurts, that she do like this, you know, on your skin. I mean, she do it like this. Of course, you will feel something. But but except for this, I didn't feel anything else. But well, then, I mean, okay, no, wait. Then, did you finish with her? We finished at 8 o'clock in the night, 8 p.m. And then she gives you a receipt of the pills you need to take. I mean, like a doctor. But they are natural pills. I mean, they are really just of plants. As you can see, I had a video here, and you also can see that it's already late night, and the receipt and the pills. And the pills were so fucking expensive also. I mean, it was like the only thing I was clear here is that this woman get really rich, because in one day she's winning 30, because every person is the same money. I mean, she's asking for every consult the same money, and every consult $25. Let's put it like this: $25, 25 euros. In Mexican pesos is 500 pesos per consult. So imagine every day at least she's having 20 consults. So 25 times 20. You do the maths. You can make the maths. But yeah, more than $1,000 per day, just because she has the power to talk with God, and she can even do it whenever she wants, because that's why it's taking so much, because she needs to have the permission of God to do these consultings. Otherwise, she cannot start. And she can start early. She can start at 11, at 5, at 8. She don't know, because just God knows, you know. No, really, that was crazy. My feeling at the end of the day was sadness, deception, disappointment, and yellowness. I don't know how to the concept, but I was feeling jealous of this woman because of having such a nice way of make money. Yeah, because that was just for the consulting, but also for the pills. I don't know how much she's winning, but they are really expensive. And well, that's all, people. I just wanted to document this, to save this experience on my blogs and in videos in English, because I wanted to share this kind of this part of the Mexican culture, because I don't know, it's curious and it's a reality here in Mexico. So yeah, that was all. Bye bye.